We all know the undeniable magic of AI, right? It's basically a modern operational necessity at this point. But as businesses race to integrate public AI, well, a whole new wave of vulnerabilities has popped up. And this is exactly what's pushing the industry toward a really powerful new solution: private AI appliances.
So here's a stark realization we really all need to internalize. Never assume that information entered into a public AI platform is entirely private. A lot of people kind of assume AI functions like a calculator. Data goes in, an answer comes out, and boom, it's forgotten. But in reality, large AI models process and retain information very, very differently. To unpack all this, we're going to cover 5 key areas: the AI productivity paradox, cyber threats in the AI era, public AI and shadow risks, the power of private AI, and finally, building responsible AI governance. Let's start with Section 1, the AI productivity paradox: speed versus thoughtful decision-making. Look, tasks that once took days now take literally seconds. That saves massive amounts of money, obviously. But we have to ask ourselves, is faster always better? Take the recent controversy where a local council used AI to generate a town's 400th anniversary mural instead of hiring human artists. I mean, sure, they saved time and money, but the community felt they completely sacrificed cultural authenticity. It's a perfect example of this real tension between rapid AI efficiency and human nuance. And generally speaking, people appreciate AI as a helpful assistant, but they absolutely demand transparency. Remember when Meta explored those new AI editing features on Instagram? It sparked immediate public backlash. Users wanted to know exactly how their photos were being processed, where they were stored, and if they were going to be used to train Meta's future models. The respect for personal data is totally non-negotiable. Moving on to Section 2, cyber threats in the AI era, the expanding risk landscape. Because these AI models process highly valuable proprietary corporate data, they are absolute gold mines for cybercriminals. And we aren't just talking about basic hacking anymore. We're facing prompt injection attacks, highly convincing AI-powered phishing campaigns, deepfakes, ransomware, and even model manipulation. And the real shocker here? Because AI can actually generate code and automate workflows, a compromised system could unintentionally execute harmful commands or leak your company's most guarded secrets in a fraction of a second. Now, beyond active attacks, there's also a silent internal threat you've got to watch out for, and that's AI bias. This happens when an AI unintentionally inherits biases from its historical training data sets. The real-world consequences here are severe. We're talking discriminatory resume screening, unequal loan approvals, inaccurate medical assessments. Left unchecked, this kind of flaw can destroy customer trust and corporate reputation basically overnight. Let's jump to Section 3, public AI and shadow risks, the illusion of privacy. You see, public AI acts less like a locked diary and a lot more like a sponge that continuously learns and retains information. And this leads directly to what's known as shadow AI. Basically, this is the unauthorized use of AI tools without any IT or cybersecurity approval. Imagine an employee innocently pasting a confidential financial report into a public chatbot, just to get a quick summary. Well, boom. Sensitive data has just bypassed your enterprise security and entered a third-party system, potentially to be retained for quality assurance or to train future models. And that triggers a massive, incredibly complex issue: data sovereignty. This is the legal principle that data is subject to the laws of the country where it's actually stored or processed. But with cloud-based public AI operating across multiple jurisdictions, do you actually know where your data resides? Probably not. That makes complying with strict international frameworks like the GDPR or the EU AI Act just an absolute nightmare. So to stop these leaks immediately, security experts recommend some really strict ground rules. First, treat every single AI conversation as public. Never upload unauthorized confidential info. Use generic examples instead. If data sharing features are available in the settings, turn them off immediately. Follow your organization's internal governance policies to the letter, and always default to enterprise platforms over random web tools. All right, Section 4, the power of private AI, securing data sovereignty. This is where the architecture completely shifts. Public AI relies on external third-party clouds and shared models, which inherently carries a huge risk of data leakage. So what's the ultimate alternative? Private AI appliances. By utilizing self-hosted hardware and internal retrieval augmented generation, or RAG systems, your data literally never leaves your internal network. In fact, in highly secure government or defense sectors, these appliances can even operate entirely offline. But let's be totally objective here. This level of sovereignty definitely comes at a cost. Yes, private AI appliances offer unmatched privacy, zero data leakage, and incredibly low latency since the processing is local. However, the hurdles are steep. You're looking at massive upfront investments for GPU servers, relentless software maintenance, and you're going to need highly skilled, expensive AI and cyber engineers to run the whole shebang. It's a heavy investment, for sure, but it's meant for organizations that simply cannot afford a single data slip.
Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5. Building responsible AI governance, the human element. Listen, AI itself is not the problem. Poor implementation is. You simply cannot just set it and forget it. As we increasingly depend on these systems for critical operations like fraud detection or customer service, excessive automation without a human in the loop is a recipe for total disaster. Human expertise remains an absolutely non-negotiable safeguard. To actually earn and keep customer confidence, organizations really have to build a foundation of trustworthy AI. What does that actually mean? It means establishing crystal clear internal data sharing policies, enforcing strict human validation of AI-generated outputs, and designating actual, real-life human accountability for AI-supported decisions. When you couple that ethical transparency with continuous employee education and regular cybersecurity assessments, you finally bridge the gap between incredible technological innovation and strict accountability.
AI is irrevocably shaping our future. It's honestly no longer optional. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Are you delivering innovation without compromising security? Take a hard look at how your organization is leveraging AI right now and ask yourself whether you truly have the appliances and the governance in place to protect your most valuable data.